Okay, we have got a Holden Trax with a P1101 code, intake airflow system performance. It also comes up with a fuel trim code. Everything makes you think like it's got an air intake leak, but we have smoke tested it and not found anything. So we come here to our freeze frame data, which it won't let me do. I have to go out and back in for it to let me do that. Okay, I just found something of interest in the live data here when it loads. So basically that code is saying that there's an irregularity between the MAF, the mass airflow sensor, and the map sensor, but I can see here when I come to map performance test 1, it is showing a malfunction, which points me towards the map sensor being our fault. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to clear this code. It will let me while it's running. It won't let me while it's running. Okay, I'm going to turn it off. Hold the key down for ages to turn it on. I'm just going to turn ignition on and then I'm going to clear that code. So normally it'll run for like 40 seconds before the code comes in. There has been the odd time it's come in on startup, but we'll come to live data and we'll see if we can find that test and just see if that is performance test 1. Okay, so we're going to go show selected. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, engine light is off. All of those are saying they are okay. Okay, we've got a malfunction. Okay, so my guess at this stage is going to be that we've got a map sensor fault. I am just going to try this again and look at some other stuff, but we'll just, yeah, we'll see. Okay, engine light is off. Desire boost pressure and boost pressure sensor seem quite different. Okay, so just looking at this, we just looking now towards the other side of the system. So with that P1101, you're looking at a disparity between what the map sensors are saying the airflow should be and what the airflow sensor is saying it should be. And just looking here at calculated airflow, we are reading differently. That airflow sensor is basically always behind what the calculated is. So maybe that is our next step, is to look at the airflow sensor. Okay, so this is actually a Holden Cruise that we happen to have in at the same time. So we're just plugging into our live data here, looking at the same sort of parameters, and we can see that our mass airflow is reading much higher and it's much closer. So it's reading 4.2 grams per second, whereas our other one was only reading like 1 point something. Okay, and then our calculated airflow is much closer to the same. Okay, so definitely pointing in the direction of that airflow meter. I might even see if the one in this is the same, and see if we can give it a quick try. Okay, so we did try the cruise airflow meter. We also tried a map sensor and a boost pressure sensor. I'll show you a video of where those are located. The problem still remained the same with all three of those. Smoke testing the second time, we found this little bit of smoke coming out of the chassis rail here. And that is actually coming from the vent valve for the EVAP system, which is a solenoid you can see up there. So that sent us in a different direction. This is just following where the hoses and stuff go. But that made us start looking at our EVAP system and trying some different things there to find out why this is venting. Okay, so here's our map sensor. It fits into the inlet manifold right here. Okay, so here is our boost pressure sensor. So under the front, that's the left front wheel, and just up in here. Okay, so also in our EVAP systems now, I found this one here, EVAP vent solenoid valve control circuit open test status, which is interesting. Yeah, okay, so we've got a vent valve, and then further down we've got a purge valve. The purge valve, I believe, is the one on top of the motor. So the vent valve will be the one that we had smoke coming out of. So it's currently commanded to be venting. So maybe that is doing what it is meant to do, but then why have we got a malfunction there? Okay, what I have found is this purge valve here. If I blow through it, I can blow air through it, and it should actually be closed solid with it unplugged. So that is a problem. Is it the only problem? I don't know yet, but it's definitely a problem. Okay, I think we've got it, guys. So that purge valve, what I've done at the moment is I've just stuck a hose on it and blocked it. But look at this, look at mass airflow against calculated airflow. Those two things are now come pretty much into line, whereas before these were different. Okay, map performance test, okay. This has been running longer than it has before without failing. Oh, unbelievable. So yeah, fuel cap is on at the moment, but look at those fuel trims. Fuel trims come right back, hitting pretty close to zero there. And that's just by blocking off that purge valve so that it can't vent to the tank. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but that's our biggie there, our calculated airflow versus mass airflow. Okay, now what I've done is I've plugged that back in after having it blocked off, and it seems to be working again. Here's our difference, it's ticking now. Before it wasn't ticking. Okay, so I have just pulled this valve back off, and now I can't blow through it. So when it's working, you can't blow through it. When it isn't working, you can blow through it. So this has to be our problem. Cool. So this is the Holden Trax after a big long drive and everything. Next day, still no fault codes coming up. So we will put a new purge valve on this just to stop it from faulting again, and then we are all sorted. Okay, I hope that has helped you out today. Don't forget to click the like button and also click the subscribe while you're there. We've got a bunch of diagnostic solutions and tips and tricks for professional mechanics like ourselves, and also for the serious DIYers at home. So click that subscribe and the bell so you get notified, and we will see you in the next video.